Hey guys, I wanted to start off by apologizing. I know there's going to be a loud echo here. We're having my office fitted right now, which is why I've been doing these from home with the kinds of foam and things on the walls and the new microphone and lighting that's going to make this, sort of nirvana of video. But in any case, let's start with, and I'll try to speak slowly so echo does not mess this up, the Republican crying game. Right now, there's so much crying from Republicans, and it just won't stop. You see, 4 days ago, I think it was about 4 days ago, Joe Biden called the MAGA movement a semi-fascist movement. And most of you have probably responded, why did you use semi? That was the response that many of us had. I had, certainly. And with the names of the Republican Party and top members, I mean, just Donald Trump on his own, the lies told about Democrats, but from every one of their top leaders, from Rick Scott and Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell, socialism this and hate Americans that, and weak this, and, want to come by and take all your money that. And I mean, it has been constant pretty much since Newt Gingrich in the 1990s as part of GOPAC, which was a PAC that he illegally campaign financed and got fined for. Actually drew up a list, and this was at a time when Congress had its problems, but people got along much better in Congress. Drew up a list of names for Republicans to call Democrats. They included sick and betray and anti-American. And am I missing some words? Oh, devour and destroy. These are words that were supposed to be associated with Democrats, okay? I can go through the whole history. I think in my other video when, Republican pundit Bethany Mandel started crying about all of this. But let's bring Bethany Mandel, one of the complainers, together with another one of the complainers, sununu, who immediately this weekend, Chris Sununu of the New Hampshire Sununus, they seem to pop out a new sununu so that you can't say their name, and they run for office. Like 14 of them, I think, have been governor or senator or something. I'm exaggerating, but really, honestly. Well, Chris, the interesting thing is he, all upset, went on one of the shows this weekend, can't remember which one because I don't watch some Sunday shows, are a waste of time, and said that Biden needed to apologize for using such terrible rhetoric, for saying such things. Again, ignoring the fact that he probably within a week or two ago probably called Democrats socialists or some name like that. Again, the socialists and weak and, tax and spend and, liberal and lib with that word at the end that I won't say, half of a bad word. And I mean, just on and on and on, like the names that were called, and you respond finally. And they can't stop crying. It's like, you should understand the old aphorism about you punch a bully in the nose and they run away crying, that bullies are just insecure little weaklings inside. Because that's what this whole white resentment movement is. It's all about that. They feel weak and disempowered and beaten down. And so they lash out in anger and they bully people. It comes exactly from that. And you can tell again, because they won't stop crying about this one thing. He didn't even say the full thing. He said semi, which was being nice. And they're still whining about it. Okay, so to get to Bethany Mandel, who believes all of this began with the Romney campaign. Whitewater, Willie Horton, none of that stuff ever happened. It all began with Romney, with Barack Obama, who'd had his, we'll get to that. Barack Obama attacking Mitt Romney too harshly. So what's funny is with Chris Sununu demanding an apology and Bethany Mandel saying it all began with Romney, I just looked up quickly because I remembered Chris's dad, John Sununu, was known as a political bomb thrower. That is the type of guy he was. He attacked viciously, and that's why the Romney campaign used him in 2012 to attack Obama. So funny that one time when he went on TV, the exact quote came from John Sununu, former chief of staff to George H.W. Bush, former governor of New Hampshire, was, "I wish this president would learn how to be an American." That's what he said about Barack Obama. Obviously playing into the questions about birth certificates and other things and racism, directly into racism, but I wish the president would learn how to be an American because he wasn't American enough. That is what, in 2012, Chris Sununu's dad had to say about our president of the United States. It's weird. I haven't heard Chris apologize for that didn't get him as upset as Semi, and Bethany Mandel, who of course couldn't remember that happened. It must have been that Mitt Romney was attacked so viciously that led to all these back and forth. It's like when they try to pretend that when the Democrats rejected the radical right-winger Bork from joining the Supreme Court, that started all of the Supreme Court fights, conveniently forgetting they had blocked one of LBJ's picks. We go into that and going after him, and that, of course, they were moving in that rightward direction, and Democrats had accepted most of the judges. They accepted Sandra Day O'Connor, they accepted Kennedy, but Bork was a right-wing nut, so they rejected him. But you can't ever say no to them. You can't ever reject the right. You can't ever stand up to them. Or, oh my God, you're mean. While they constantly bully and they constantly call names. And I'm not even sharing some of the stuff they said the Democrats have done. If I did, YouTube would downgrade this video because it's so horrible. So of course, Ted Cruz is tweeting out, probably from Cancun, a guy that has never said a nice word and just used the socialism, communism, want to confiscate all your money, blah, 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 kind of garbage. And Josh Hawley. And can I do my impression of Josh Hawley while he probably was saying that this was so mean by Democrats? Here's my impression. I hope you like that. I did that on Stephanie Miller yesterday, so I know I ripped myself off. That's really it. It's just a reminder that fight these guys because they can't take it. They dish it out, and then you give them the slightest insult back, the slightest truth, because it's true, and they freak out, lose it, and just they don't even know what to do. They're so perplexed. The last one I'll mention is Charlie Kirk, who went on Fox News. Charlie Kirk, first of all, looks like he's a character that would be drawn up by a cartoonist, and sounds like one. What a doofus. But in any case, he went on to say, well, if they're going to use that term fascism, then we're going to use it, and we're going to call them fascists. That's the level we're at here, guys. I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say, bounces off me, 6 to you. Charlie Kirk, everybody. So let's see if they keep acting like a 6-year-old who skinned their knee and keep crying over being called one name over the next week. It'll be interesting after everything they've dished out for years against Democrats. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe. We're growing. I want to break 8,000 by September 1st, and we're close, but we're like 7,700 or something. Turn on notifications so you'll know when the videos drop. Like, comment. You can follow me at Cliff Schechter on Twitter. And thank you for being here.